The game opens with pawn to d4 from Aronian, and Anand responds symmetrically with pawn to d5, a classical start to the battle. Aronian pushes pawn to c4, striking at the center, and Anand replies with pawn to c6, signaling the Semi-Slav defense. Both players are laying the groundwork for the middle game. Knight to f3 from white, developing naturally, and black mirrors with knight to f6. Solid, classical development from both sides. Knight to c3, bringing another piece into play, and Anand plays pawn to e6, reinforcing the center and preparing to develop the light-squared bishop. Pawn to e3 from Aronian, supporting the center and preparing bishop development. Anand brings out knight b8 to d7, a typical Semi-Slav setup. Bishop to d3, aiming at the kingside, and Anand captures on c4 with the d-pawn. The Meran variation is taking shape. Aronian recaptures with bishop takes c4, and Anand pushes pawn to b5, gaining space on the queenside. The pawn storm begins. Bishop retreats to d3, keeping options open, and Anand develops bishop to d6, completing his minor piece development. Both kings are ready to castle. Aronian castles kingside, tucking his king to safety. Anand immediately follows suit, castling kingside as well. The middle game is about to explode. Queen to c2, connecting the rooks and eyeing the h7 square. Anand develops bishop to b7, putting pressure on the long diagonal and preparing counterplay. Pawn to a3, a quiet prophylactic move preventing black's pieces from infiltrating on b4. Anand activates his rook to c8, adding pressure to the c-file and preparing central breaks. Knight to g5, Aronian launches a direct kingside attack, targeting h7 and f7 simultaneously. This aggressive leap creates immediate tactical threats around black's king. Anand counters with pawn to c5, striking back in the center to deflect white's aggression. Instead of knight g5, white could have played a 4 to undermine black's queenside, but Aronian chooses to go for the throat with a direct kingside assault. Knight takes h7, a shocking pawn sacrifice on the king side. Aronian is willing to invest material to crack open black's king position. This is a classic attacking motif in the Semi-Slav, but it comes with serious risks if the attack doesn't break through. Anand responds coolly with knight to g4, counter-attacking and bringing another defender into the fray, while also eyeing the weakened white king. Could Aronian have played more solidly with queen e2 instead? Yes, but this pawn sacrifice is the critical test of black's defensive resources, and Aronian is playing for the win. Pawn to f4, Aronian reinforces the center and prepares to push forward, supporting potential knight maneuvers. Black strikes back with pawn takes d4, opening lines and activating pieces. The central tension is released, and both sides must calculate precisely. Aronian could have tried developing with bishop e2 first, but pushing f4 keeps maximum pressure and maintains the initiative. Pawn takes d4, white recaptures in the center, and Anand plays bishop to c5, a powerful centralization that puts pressure on f2 and the kingside. This bishop becomes a monster on this diagonal. Aronian could have tried knight e4 here instead of recapturing, keeping more pieces on the board, but he wants to clarify the position and push his attack with the knight already on h7. Bishop to e2, white repositions the bishop to a safer square, and Anand brings knight d7 to e5, centralizing and adding more firepower to the kingside defense. The position is razor sharp. Bishop takes g4, Aronian eliminates black's knight, trying to simplify the position slightly. Anand responds with bishop takes d4, check, a brilliant countershot that forces white's king to move and transforms the position. The bishop on d4 is now dominating the board, controlling key central squares. This check is the beginning of black's devastating counterattack. Could Anand have played queen c7 instead, keeping pieces on? Possibly, but bishop takes d4 check is much more forcing and immediately seizes the initiative. King to h1, forced after the check, and Anand recaptures with knight takes g4. Black's pieces are now perfectly coordinated for a devastating attack on the exposed white king. Knight takes f8, Aronian wins the exchange, grabbing black's rook on f8. This looks material winning, but Anand has a stunning reply with pawn to f5. This advance opens the file and brings black's queen into the attack with devastating effect. The pawn to f5 is not just a developing move, it's the key to black's mating attack. Aronian's knight takes f8 may look like winning material, but it actually walks into a tactical storm. Could white have played something safer like queen d2? Perhaps, but after sacrificing the h7 pawn, Aronian is committed to the attack. Knight to g6, white tries to blockade and defend, and Anand unleashes queen to f6, activating the queen with tempo and threatening to invade on the king side. The pressure is mounting. Pawn to h3, Aronian tries to give his king breathing room and kick the knight away from g4. Anand captures with queen takes g6, removing white's defensive knight and bringing the queen closer to the white king. The threat of checkmate is now in the air. Aronian could have tried queen e1 instead of h3, defending along the first rank, but the king position is already too weak to hold. Queen to e2. White tries to coordinate queen and bishop for defense. Anand calmly plays queen to h5, repositioning the queen to the perfect attacking square, threatening unstoppable threats on h3 and h2. Queen to d3. Aronian tries one last defensive try, but Anand delivers the knockout blow with bishop to e3. This quiet bishop move is absolutely crushing. The bishop on e3 controls critical light squares, and white has no defense against the twin threats of queen takes h3 checkmate and other devastating blows. The knight on g4 is also perfectly placed to deliver the final strike. Aronian resigned here, recognizing that checkmate is unavoidable. Could Aronian have tried queen e2 instead of queen d3? It makes no difference. Black's attack is unstoppable after bishop e3. This was a tactical masterpiece from Anand, turning Aronian's aggressive opening into a devastating counterattack. The bishop to e3 is the final nail in the coffin, a quiet move that ends the game with brutal efficiency.